Hello friends, welcome back to another video. So in this video I want us to continue on the number pattern, sequence and series. So our question is based on the arithmetic sequence. We have a sequence here. This sequence contains variables. The variable, I mean the x, we see on each and every term t1, t2, t3, there is a variable that is x. Okay, so the question for this arithmetic sequence is solve for x. Okay, so it might be kind of confusing. You might be asking yourself a question like, how do I approach this question? Where do I even begin? So if this is your first time solving these types of questions, please stay tuned. And if you have tried before, okay, let's just do it together right now. Let us do it together. Okay, so we are told that this is an arithmetic sequence. This is an arithmetic sequence. So we have to calculate the common difference. Okay, yes, let us try to calculate the common difference. This 2x plus 4 is a single term. Okay, this minus 2x minus 3 is a single term. 3x minus 1 is a single term. Don't separate them. They can only be separated by the semicolons. Okay, if you look at these semicolons, they tell us that this is a single term. Okay, unless separated by the semicolons. Guys, now how do we calculate the common difference of an arithmetic sequence? What do we do? Okay, d is equal to t2 subtracting t1, as well as d is equal to t3 subtracting t2, and so forth. Okay, so we are not only going to use t2 minus t1. Okay, we are going to use both t2 minus t1 and t3 minus t2, since our terms contains the variable x. All right, so we are bound to use it in this way. Okay, so d is equal to d. All right, this d here is equal to this d. Okay, what do I mean by that? I mean that t2 subtracting t1 is equal to t3 minus t2. Since it is a common difference, they have the same value. Okay, they have the same value, so we have the right to equate it like this. All right, so now let us sub everything into this formula or equation. All right, so what is t2? T2 is here. So as you can see, this is t2. Right, we are going to use parentheses or brackets, round brackets, in order to avoid making mistakes. Okay, t2 is negative 2x minus 3, okay, in the bracket. So I'm going to subtract t1. Okay, I'm going to use bracket as well. What is t1? T1 is 2x plus a 4, close bracket, is equal to, I'm done with t2 and t1, so I'm going to sub t3 subtracting t2. What is t3? Using the parentheses, 3x minus 1. Okay, we subtract t2, that is negative 2x minus a3. We close it. Okay, so now we are going to multiply negative inside the parentheses. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this as it is. All right, so when we are here, we need to multiply the negative inside this parenthesis. Okay, so negative times positive 2, that is negative 2x. Negative times positive 4, we get negative 4, is equal to, okay, I hope you guys are following. Now let us drop the parenthesis here. We needed that to minimize making mistakes. Okay, now let us distribute the negative outside the bracket inside this bracket. Okay, negative negative, we get a positive 2x. Negative negative 3, we get a positive 3. Okay, so now let us try to put the like terms together. I'm gonna put the variables, okay, the numbers with variables on the left hand side. So we have this, that, and that. Okay, so we put it on the left hand side. Negative 2x, negative 2x. We're gonna subtract these 3 on both sides, so, and subtract positive 2x on both sides. We're gonna remain with 2x is equal to, so on the right hand side I'm gonna write down every constant that is there first, okay, and subtract, or add 3 these constants here. As you can see, we have constants, so I'm gonna add it on the right hand side and add the negative 4 as well. Okay, so we are done. Now let us try to do the addition or subtraction here as well as there. So the answer here, negative 2, negative 2, negative 3, negative 2x, that is negative 9x is equal to, so this is 710 minus 1, that is a 9. Okay, very interesting. Now let us divide this by negative 9, since the question says we should solve for x. Okay, that divides, that is 1x is equal to negative 1. Right, so this is the answer. Okay, so let us try, okay, it's not part of the question, but I want to show you something. Let us try and sub the negative 1 where there is x on this, in the sequence. Okay, so the sequence goes like 2x plus 4 semicolons, negative 2x minus 3 semicolons, 3x minus 1. So where there is x, I'm subbing negative 1. Okay, negative 2, negative 1 minus 3, 3, negative 1 minus. Okay, now let us put this into the calculator and get the answer. Negative 2, 2 negative 1 plus a 4, that is a 2. Okay, so negative negative positive, so 2 minus 3, it's negative 1 semicolon, so 3 times negative 1, that is negative 3, negative 1, we get negative 4. Okay, so this is the arithmetic sequence, okay, without variables, the arithmetic sequence. We can try and prove to see if this sequence has, let's try and prove whether this sequence has a common difference. Okay, let me write it down. 2, negative 1, negative 4. Okay, so that is D is equal to T2 minus T1. right? So what is T2? T2 is -1, so -1 minus A2, we get -3. Let's try to do something similar to that, but using T3 subtracting T2. T3 is -4 subtracting -1. So -4 plus 1, that is -3. So D is common, okay? So D is common. So this gives us the confidence that we did everything right, okay? Let us try to solve one more question. Let us try to solve one more question the same as the one above, okay? So we have T1, T2, T3, okay? If you like, you can pause the video. You can pause the video and solve it by yourself without my help, okay? And then later continue to see the solution. All right, now what we're going to do, we are solving for x, so we're gonna calculate d. D is T2 subtracting T1, as well as D is equal to T3 subtracting T2, right? So T2 subtracting T1 is equal to T3 subtracting T2. Since D is equal to D, common, yes, because D is equal to D, right? That is common difference. All right, let's now sub into the equation, okay, or the formula. 3x, that is for T2, 3x minus 2 into the parentheses to minimize mistakes, minus T1, T1 is 10x, okay, is equal to okay, T3, 6x plus 1 subtracting T2, that is 3x minus A2. Okay, I'm doing this a bit faster. I'm dropping the parentheses. You distribute inside the parentheses, we get negative 10x is equal to 6x plus 1, right? So you distribute the negative inside, you get negative 3x. Distribute the negative, we get a positive 2. So we arrange the like terms, okay? So x, every number with x on the left hand side, 3x minus 10x, we subtract the 6 on both sides, we get that, we add 3 on both sides is equal to 1 plus A2. We add, see, we add the 2 on both sides, so plus 2, right? So we can put everything into the calculator. We have 3x, okay? So look at this. This is 3x, that is 6x, but we have 6 that is negative, so we can add these two, we get a 0. So the remainder is negative 10x on the left hand side. We go to the right hand side, we get a 5. Okay, so this makes sense. We divide by a negative 10. Okay, we divide by negative 10. What is the answer? X is negative 5. Once it goes once, on 10 it goes twice, so we get a fraction x is equal to 0.5. All right, so this is the solution to this problem. So see you on our next video. Please don't forget to like our Facebook page, that is Basic Math page, and don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel so that every time I upload a new video you get updated. So I wish you all the best with your